AEW Blood and Guts 2025 is in the books, and wow, that show was brutal, and not in a bad way, in more of a you sick fuck kind of brutal. And a bit of a disclaimer before we jump in, I'm a little sick again, so I'm sorry if my voice is a mess. I'm pretty much coughing up my own blood and guts.
The slingshot and Sky Blue face first, and her
picked Sky Blue for this position is because she's incredibly tough.
The show began with the women's Blood and Guts match, and I can't even say with my voice like how Regal would normally say Blood and Guts or War Games.
Blood and Guts!
So I guess I'm gonna have to be low-key and say it like Orange Cassidy. Blood and Guts.
Her partner, Julia Hart, the second woman to enter the cage, a woman that will match up against Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron.
This one began with Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue, followed by Julia Hart, where within a few minutes, Sky Blue was already showing color, brother. And I say yes, let the women bleed.
Yeah, when my wife puts her hair up, I know I'm in for it.
This is gonna kill my throat, but we had a reference within a matter of minutes. I say we get Brie Danielson in Blood and Guts next year. Who says no?
Gear in hand. Tossing it at the head of Sky Blue, and now ducking underneath Julia Hart. Harley. Sling blade on Julia Hart.
Harley Cameron would be the next woman to enter. The Babes of Wrath dominating the Sisters of Sin, but this match had yet to officially begin. Of course, all 12 competitors need to be in before that can happen.
And the Sisters of Sin set up in opposite corners, dropkick in the face of Julia Hart.
Because it's not, oh my God, it's not going to be like that soon.
Next, the Toxic Spider Tekla would enter, who I'm a huge fan of, by the way.
Triangle is out here.
He takes down Willow, ducks underneath Harley Cameron. Great poise, great agility.
She'd unleash a belt from her boot, and the Triangle would get the advantage back.
That's the leather belt.
Good God. It's like killing two birds with three stones.
Oh my God.
Getting to the tournament.
But not until my GOAT Jamie Hayter would enter the game.
He tried to make
Hacks?
the bag. Man,
Tekla caught out of the way as soon as Jamie Hayter came.
Jamie would clear the field, wiping out the Triangle of Madness with an insane amount of kendo shots. Megan Bayne would be the fourth entrant, hitting a sweet single leg running kick as she entered.
She's got that leather strap in hand. Oh, fell right at
Phenomenal athlete the Megasis is. Phenomenal.
Hayter and Bayne would get into it, but seemingly nobody can stop the Megasis. But the AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander would come in, mind you, pool cue in hand, still wearing the belt.
Was that a kendo stick or a pool cue? Megan Bayne.
You see that chair? There it is right there.
As this one continued, we'd see a showdown between Bayne and Statlander. I can't imagine I'm allowed to say. But then the CEO, Mercedes Moné, would emerge.
Goes through. Statlander got spiked.
Another great maneuver by Mercedes. Sure, she's the freshest lady in the ring.
Marina Shafir would enter to send Chris into a bed of nails.
Over this bed of nails.
Jesus.
And finally, the timeless Toni Storm would get Blood and Guts underway. This match was carnage, just stuff happening all over the screen. I've got to say, by the way, I loved the lighting for the side of the cage. It made it feel like a horror movie.
Bob, you better hang on. Oh my God.
I am the table. Once again, shout out to one of my favorite moves ever, the good old-fashioned German suplex.
After tonight.
Oh, there we see the TBS Championship title belt that was introduced to this match.
But then Harley Cameron would unleash, is that Layeska's ex? Holy fuck, this is horrible. I heard this Jezebel is sleeping with Demonita now.
On her feet, stabber! And now,
Oh my God.
the knuckles and boom!
But as the Triangle would regain control, Hart and Tekla would slip out the cage through the truss. And then they'd once again lean into what is a growing concerning trend of ref abuse in pro wrestling.
Tekla just wiped her around the shoulders and
This match would spill to the outside of the cage, while inside, Marina Shafir got a forehead full of glass.
Glass stuck into the forehead.
Then Toni Storm would whip out a freaking mirror, which backfires.
The mirror on in the face of the problem.
Then this absolute psycho Marina Shafir sees Mina hitting the figure 4 leg lock in Flair country, mind you. She stands in the glass barefoot, rubs it in, and then stomps Mina in the chest.
Flash of the Mega Sis. And now, Shafir, look at this. Stepping on the glass. And, oh my gosh.
Then as Mina is caught just being victimized, Tony is being forced to watch. She eventually surrenders to save Mina.
Tony Storm. Wait a minute. Tony Storm, she has surrendered.
They use the friendship to their advantage to win Blood and Guts. They continue the beatdown post-match, but eventually stand tall. Gotta say, my most improved player of the night might be Marina Shafir. When they let her go out there and just be brutal, it's really great stuff.
Don't mess with family.
You could send Kenny Omega a message, and you join the Don Callis family.
Decision time!
Meanwhile, the Don Callis family take out Jurassic Express. The Young Bucks have to make a decision on joining the Don Callis family, with Kenny Omega being here next week. But next, it was time for Hangman Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs, Falls Count Anywhere in a non-title match.
A game of inches there for Hangman Adam Page, who just narrowly averted disaster.
I'm gonna be real with you, Hangman. In a game of inches, I mean, I love you, but against Powerhouse Hobbs, you're not winning that.
No, wait a second.
Oh my God, this guy is...
The steal!
On a serious note, I don't get to talk about Powerhouse Hobbs too much, but he has come such a long way. Okay, I'm not helping myself. But he really is developing into a star. There's an insane bump from Hobbs off the table, followed by a brawl into the crowd where the Hangman takes a swig of a fan's beer, then hits a moonsault.
Oh my God! No! Oh my gosh! Hangman Adam Page, the moonsault!
Hobbs hits a spinebuster through a table out there. But then as they brawl high up, Hobbs takes a huge bump off the railing after a boot shot to see Hangman pick up the win.
Boot into the face! No, don't! Oh, really? After referee there, 1, 2, 3!
Then the Hangman would get attacked by the Ops again after the match.
Blindside and strike! Never caught lacking!
Samoa Joe calling for the cage to be lowered, which it actually does, mind you. I don't know who in the back hates Hangman Adam Page, but they said, you know what, fuck it, brother, press the button. But Eddie Kingston and Hook saved the AEW Men's World Champion.
If you wanted me inside of a steel cage, all you had to do was ask, you dumbass!
Page says at Full Gear, leave Shibata at home, leave Hobbs in the hospital.
At Full Gear, Samoa Joe versus the Hangman in a steel cage match!
We then transition to a segment which apparently originally involved Ric Flair, but due to medical reasons, Flair had to leave the show early. So Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, legend that he is being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. They're talking about the history of wrestling in Greensboro and whatnot. He even goes ahead and looks to the crowd and says, look at that Mount Rushmore sign right there, Mount Rushmore of Greensboro. And then there's a guy with a yay sign. I think that's a London Tipton Yay Me reference, I think. And while I don't appreciate WWE stealing my crowd watch segment, I'm gonna allow it because I love the Dragon. Ricky starts telling a story about Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling before he's interrupted by FTR. Life is hard, but FTR is harder. But Stoke talks about FTR's title match at Full Gear next weekend.
It'd be an honor and privilege to have my favorite professional wrestler front row and they're live. Do you have Macho Man's phone number? Haven't seen him on TikTok in a minute.
Not to sound old and disgruntled, but this is everything wrong with the business. FTR continues talking about how they were a part of Ricky's last match in 2022. Dax talks about how he trained under Ricky all those years ago, but he's basically learned nothing from him.
Damn, now that I think about it, I don't think you ever said one intelligent thing in your entire life.
He says he's a bigger legend than Steamboat ever was, as they all surround him.
Sometimes discretion's a better part of valor. I'm not asking or begging for any kind of sorrow or forgiveness, but I am just going to be the smarter man today.
FTR then proceed to attack Ricky before Brodito makes the save.
No! Catch Wheeler, 20!
German suplex. Shout out, you'll love to see it.
Ricky's Timberlina, Dax Harwood!
Also, shout out to whoever this total diva was over here beefing with FTR in the crowd. But then it was time for the men's Blood and Guts.
Puncturing the head of Wheeler Yuta with his own sunglasses, and now the DDT!
Wheeler Yuta was busted open early as Orange Cassidy joined the fray to help Darby Allin.
Yeah, I love it. I'm just enjoying seeing Wheeler Yuta get destroyed by these two men.
What channel is this on again?
Some great teamwork right here, holding two men for another man to hammer them down.
Oh, maybe I've got one of those dodgy remotes. Maybe I need to return this. But Daniel Garcia entered to what is quickly becoming one of the hardest entrance themes in the game. Garcia and Wheeler Yuta fight back until Darby Allin pulls out this Scooby-Dooby-Doo ass move.
Down into the ropes, Darby. Oh! Darby causing Yuta.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for that meddling Darby Allin. There's chaos backstage as Mark Briscoe is supposed to be the third man to give them the advantage. Renee Paquette is on the scene as Briscoe has clearly been attacked. So Roddy Strong says, hold on, I got this. He would be followed by Claudio Castagnoli, who swings two men at once.
The giant swing, what are we watching here? And he sends Darby Allin flying.
And the Death Riders spend a while just dominating the field here. Then this sick fuck Jon Moxley would enter, gouging his opponents as per.
Now Kyle O'Reilly shot for a single-legged, puncturing the head of the gouging the face of Roderick Strong.
They throw Darby Allin into the cage where he takes a weird and wild bump.
Oh my gosh.
Darby!
Oh my gosh.
It is then revealed by the voice of Renee that Briscoe was attacked by the Don Callis family, so it's 5-on-4.
Vile driver!
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
At what point do I just have to accept that I'm kind of into this?
Inside a solid steel cage!
Oh my gosh.
Then the Geordie bastard himself would enter as the cage got shut, and he hits again one of my favorite suplex.
You heard the bell ring. It is 5-on-4. It is submission or surrender.
But then Mark Briscoe would come out of nowhere against Doctor's orders.
Wait a second.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, can't stop Mark Briscoe.
Using bull cutters to cut open the cage, as this one was now 5-on-5. Mark Briscoe ends up on the top of the cage fighting with Wheeler Yuta. He lowers down a rope and hooks a chair to bring up top, which very nice, very evil.
Oh, but Wheeler Yuta has a chair too.
Now these two men dueling, jousting on top of the cage, and Briscoe manages. Briscoe punishes.
And then on top of how brutal this entire event was, we'd see a steel chair shot to the head.
Those cables and now.
Oh my gosh.
Just battered Mark Briscoe.
Gabe Kidd would then show up to take out Darby with a stun gun in what I would describe as typical Stone Island wearer behavior.
Oh! Wait a second. It's Christian. Stun gun in his hand.
And then through the entire chaos of this Blood and Guts match, Darby gets taken to the top of the entrance tunnel by the Bastard Pack and Gabe Kidd, and he gets thrown through flaming tables.
Get this up on top! Look at that!
Oh my god!
You know, this reminds me of a... But then back in the cage, Kyle O'Reilly is being choked out by Mox as he gives one last act of defiance.
Man, he thinks he's the better man.
Then, from the dead, Orange Cassidy is squeezed again.
But Orange Cassidy, the hand stapled into his pockets. Oh, God. Orange punch.
Then we'd see even more. I am the table. I am the table. I'm still the table.
Just fighting 2-on-1.
Okay, I'll put you over type shit. And just when you think Moxley is done, what a counter this is.
He's got to give it up. He's got to give it up.
Oh, Moxley, the counter.
What a counter.
O'Reilly gets the submission back after a sensational run of graps to make Mox submit. Hey, man. Give yourselves a round of applause. That show absolutely slapped. Both Blood and Guts matches delivered, in my opinion. Kyle O'Reilly, by the way, really showed up and showed out. So subscribe or else I'm going to leave you in your own blood and guts. Bye.